On the fat division out here for our finals. Let's put our hands together. These young ladies have done an awesome job. You're going to hear me say it a lot tonight, especially when we start talking about showmanship, but I'm a big stickler on feet placement. I'm one of those guys that I'm normally on the other side of the microphone, either getting the cattle ready, getting them up here, or on the other end of the halter. And the number one thing about a showman is a good showman. You can teach a good showman, here, hold the head, do the feet, set this, do that, and it's fine. But a great showman understands that animal and understands that if it's long-bodied, you can't stagger it just as much, or if it's loose-topped, how you got to handle it to set them up to match each individual animal. I walked through and I asked each one of them when we swapped them, just right off the bat, what was the worst thing about the calf you got? Because as a showman, you have to understand the animal that you've got to be able to know how to show the pros and the cons out of it. And especially when you get asked to show a different animal, you've got to be able to evaluate that animal on the fly and say, all right, well, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And the exhibitor that's going to win showmanship tonight was the one that just absolutely nailed the issue with the calf and how to fix it just right off the bat. That's going to be the young lady with the black steer directly in front of me. She by far and away was the most knowledgeable about the calf, and she read that steer and said exactly what she was going to change about it. Conversely, she's the one too that as she gets out here, she's the smoothest. You can't she blends in so well and does the least amount of stick work with her calf. It's obvious she's done enough work at home because every time that calf stops, he stops with the right weight on the right feet. She gets that head pulled up. She was the only one over here that was particular about getting that tail tucked in and making sure the whole package from nose to tail was pulled together. So my hat goes off to her. Being awful critical when we were in here in class, one of my first questions to her was, why isn't he fully clipped out? And normally, 9 times out of 10, showmanship is after the show or right during the show. And I understand y'all have a couple of days to get ready for the show. And so that was her. She's like, it was a management call. She's like, we're going to wait till right before so it's nice and it's fresh. And I can't argue with that. Historically, right now he's got enough, he's tuned in enough that he doesn't look draggy on any way, shape, or form. But a super fresh clip job might have been, it was there. It definitely could have worked. So my hat goes off to you. Congratulations. Then we come into 3 exhibitors that I think are just awful close. One thing, and I mentioned this earlier, is just take a deep breath. I think all of you guys you guys know exactly how to get cattle set. The longer you're out here, you're second guessing yourself. In second place tonight, be the young lady with the white steer. She's really smooth and calm and does a great job getting that calf set up. When we were in here in the original lineup, she come through there and I asked her why she pulled around. She said, well, we're trying to get that calf to push up. And I think that's something that's super critical that a lot of people don't associate with showmanship is having good ringmanship. When cattle are in front of you and they're not walking, yeah, we've got ring stewards in here that are supposed to help keep things moving, but it sure is a lot easier if you just look up at the exhibitor in front of you and be like, hey, does he kick? Let me help you out. Keep things moving, because if the calf in front of you is not moving, we're never going to see how good your steer walks if he's not giving you the room to do it. So my hat goes off to you for doing that. She does a great job. If I could get critical on her, when we swapped animals, I really like, my idea is take a step back, kind of look at things over, and regardless if you think the animal's perfect, when you take the animal, spin them, get them out, get them off, get them, reset them, just get them to right where you like them. Don't just take the halter and say, well, looks good enough from what the other person did, okay? So in the future, just work on that. Then we come down to a pair of young ladies that, again, are super good, super chill. I like the way both of you guys obviously have a mastery of getting cattle out here and getting them presented right. I think what separates these two for me, young lady up front, really good about, you know what you want, but I think you're second guessing, you're psyching yourself out. You've had a little more challenging of a time the longer we've been out here. You keep wanting to pull him up and get the weight on a different foot, and then you spin him a couple of times. I think just calm down a little bit, practice it a little more. He'll walk in, and he's actually looks a lot better than you're giving him credit for when you keep trying to adjust him, okay? Young lady, you're going to be in third today. You're going to be fourth. Excellent set from top to bottom. My young lady here in third. Young lady here in third, she's really, you know, when you talk about smooth and calm, and I mean, she hits all those bases. One thing that I would say, we talked about maybe toning the emotion down. Sometimes you got to get a little quicker about things. So instead of, you know, just a little more energy up under it, get that calf set just a little faster, a little more aggressiveness. But top to bottom, really excellent set of Showman. Let's give them all a round of applause.